Ooh. I was
That's awesome. My mom's coworker sent her home with a note for me to say, "Go watch The Witcher on Netflix." I was like,
welcome to this episode of
Oh, we live.
the Evergreen. Yes,
Oh, hey, we live?
Oh, we're
brought
live.
to you by
Oh.
The Witcher 3.
Oh,
No,
really?
I have new
Untrue.
glasses and they're like curved, so it's like
Yeah.
a fisheye lens
Ish.
effect in my vision, and it's making me like really messed up right now.
I feel like that happens a lot of times. Yeah, especially when you get stronger prescription, it feels
Well,
that
they
way.
went from like square to like a circle as well.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's like my vision's curved at the bottom. Very weird.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. That's what happens when they get really strong.
My perception has taken a temporary hit.
All right.
Okay.
So last
Where
we
were
left
we?
off, you all had major attempts to continue to spying in the cave. Inevitably, your forgotten companion Tix had followed his way to find you all in the stairways of the cave. He noticed you all huddled around and was curious at what it was. However, inevitably, upon hearing the stairs, he had, upon instinct, covered you all in an illusion to make you appear like you were still just the wall of the cave
I remember
stairs.
that.
As then Victor, with his sleuthing from 2 episodes past, had discovered in the room of this cave a interesting amalgamation of things. He found the box with his father's emblem on it, seemingly storing weapons that seem to have these intricate crystals attached to it. Good, you fixed the glare. Of which then spanning the room, he was able to find a few bit of what seemed to be decently dried blood piles around the area, which parts of it then led also to a Maria, I guess we can say a guild member, but more importantly, a guild caretaker of this group back at home, and any of the others who are a part of their adventuring guild.
It's hard and loves harder.
She was seemingly chained to the wall, unmoving, as Victor quickly went to her aid, discovering that she was in fact only unconscious, which is good. Which was at least better news than seeing her here in the first place. He very quickly took her down, attempted to sneak his way back up the stairs, however, was seemingly detected by the officer-looking creature that had, half-orc that had made their way down the stairs in front of the party members' illusion. Where then, as she had struck out her hand, pulled Victor towards her, and they had begun. The battle ensued, and as she fell, the disguise fell, and it was revealed to be their instructor, Carissa Lockhart. Filled with many questions, the party raced to take her out of the room as they eliminated the remaining soldiers, along with Maria, and make their way back towards at least their hiding spot to retain their gear. Inevitably along the way, Carissa had awoken. Inevitably she spoke of her assignment to come here to find Maria, in which she had disguised herself as their leader. I realized partly a mistake I made. I'll have to fix that later. It's nothing you can see at the moment, so it's fine. But it's just something I have to now. I suddenly have to make the mental note of. But yes, so you all. So then, yes, you kind of took a powwow, and you came to the conclusion that Victor offered the idea that his father tends to be good at getting information from people, so why not take Carissa to him? See if, because as far as they know, they could not detect a lie. And okay, there you go. Thus they, as she was unbound by Captain Arak herself, Kinder had walked up to put her to sleep, and as she began to fall, it felt as though time stopped for a moment, and a cold silence in the world that is eerily familiar to many of our heroes here, strung through the night. So we'll turn that down slightly. As you notice that Carissa hangs still, almost kind of mid-fall. Her eyes almost rolled back into her head, seemingly showing that the sleep spell had at least taken effect up until this stoppage. Arak seems to be entirely still, motionless as it's almost mid-head turn. But none of you see anyone or anything. As a voice echoes in your head. Well, it's at least nice to know that your seeming harsh judgment of strangers seems to also extend to those that you've known for quite some time. It makes me feel slightly better. Okay. So, the powers that be, shall you say, whilst they do not like me or anybody else to interfere in all of your decisions, they have implored it on me that you at least not entirely set yourselves on the path of suicide. Therefore,
I love suicide.
For at least your own sake, and your family's sake, I truly hope not. But yes, I'm not here. I have no need to appear to you for this. It is words of advice, shall you say.
Real quick, what do you think's happening here?
A lot of assumptions.
So what do you assume happens?
Well, I hear you assume a man who has never interrogated a person in his life will somehow get answers from somebody who has no money of which to bribe. I also am here to warn you. Similarly, it reminds me, I also am here to warn you of the fact that where you intend to return, by the time you reach your destination, it will no longer be there.
What? How do you mean by that?
That is all I am able to say on that matter.
That's not very helpful.
I am aware, but unfortunately I am bound by the information I am able to give you. In a way, it'd be really fun to tell you the truth and see how much you believe it, because you really don't seem to like me.
Really? Well, that's true. Yeah.
But I see, with what your seemingly plan is, I advise you against the two options that you seem to be heading towards. You seem to either be heading towards, if you don't believe her statements, bringing a woman of the army into a town in which the entire army exists, where they will immediately arrest and murder you on sight. You all are great soldiers, but you were 4 versus 1 on your former captain, not an army.
This is what I was trying to say before. I think
You're a wise one.
bringing
Kinder.
her there, it's going to draw too much attention to us, even if we're really quiet about it.
Otherwise, you attempt to bring a disguised body, which is covered maybe by a mask, into a town. You do not your guild does not allot you the, I guess we'll say, independence to take prisoners of your own in any country. It gives you leniencies to make some discussions, but you can't just bring a prisoner home.
What's your stock in this, clown man?
Unfortunately, my existence, really.
Wonderful.
I also entirely have all of you to owe for that existence in reality. But that
Right.
is something for you to discover another day.
Fantastic.
I therefore wish to impart you just one, I guess, realm of knowledge.
All right. What do you want us to do?
I want you to think upon your total experiences, your recency, and your bias
All right,
clouds your
buddy,
judgment.
pal. We've been having this go around for a while. I'm tired. I'm hurt. I've knocked out my commander. Our group has done it twice. We're God knows what.
Inevitably, time will
Yes,
find
tell
your
us.
answers.
Well, go away. At this point,
I implore you all.
you're no help. We're not killing her.
Do
We're not
not
taking her anywhere.
do not take away your old blades just because the new one seems to be shinier. As the
What?
new one may be able to bend as far into your own back. There is your warning. Toodles.
Can I make an insight check as to who they might be referring to?
Yeah, we'll let you do insight. I wasn't inherently sure if that qualified. You know what, whatever.
Out of character, I
Enough.
think
I'll
but
allow
I
you
don't
it.
know if
It's
in character
insightful enough. I'll give it that.
I'd figure that out.
Insight, insight doesn't have to exclusively
Nat
be whether or
one.
not you're discovering a lie.
It's fine. Okay, so let me roll percentage real quick.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
First roll.
All right, that's a 43.
Okay, yeah. Let me get back to I think you.
First roll of the night. It's
Perfect.
always a good omen.
It maybe might help you to think. All right, I will allow you. This will still happen in the middle of time. But what was your percentage again?
43.
43. All this talk about mysteries and suicide, you just got a massive headache. Temporarily dock your constitution and strength by 2 points.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Ooh.
good.
I'll let you know when it's over.
Okay.
5 sessions later, it's over.
Yeah.
It's funny, actually. You may not be as far off as you think. So, as all of a sudden the migraine onsets into you, Carissa falls to the floor. Aura kind of turns. Oh, that was easy enough. Well, I'll pick her back up.
Okay.
Why don't we
Let's-
make it back to camp? It is best we hurry. The night here is not kind to any living folk, even ones like ourselves who are at least even weathered in battle.
No, this one I might just kill whatever comes around to us.
Eh,
All right.
However, a pack of owlbears is not as formidable as you maybe would like it to be.
I'd rather take the owlbears than that clown fucker again.
The what?
Never
The
mind.
who? All right. As shall we extend into at least your retention into camp?
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Inevitably, your walk. Actually, I'll let you guys pick. Who would you like to make the survival roll? Oh, oops. I may or may not have put my case then upside down.
got +3 survival.
You beat
I'm
me.
okay at it.
It seems to be better than everyone else.
I will survive.
Okay. Luckily, Arak is
Hey,
helping you in a way.
As
So,
long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay around.
That's 16.
all right. Between both you and Arak, you will definitely make it back with no issues whatsoever.
Sweet. I love surviving.
Mm-hmm. So you guys make it back. You kind of get to. You can. It's weird actually because of how very vacant the space seems to be. The here compared to especially many other areas, the moon almost shines brighter than normal here, and even if you all didn't really even have dark vision, as a result, you actually see more color than you used to in the evening. Than it is in the evening. As you can then tell by the brightness of the sky and stars and the moon. You make it, but you're with that. You're able to see eventually the hill with the tent above the top. She will go, here, come with me. Rest the other girl in my tent. I will leave her here. I'll leave this one here as well. Why don't you all rest here? Make fire if you wish. I am going to go hunt for our meal.
Sounds good.
She will
Should any
rest.
of us come with you?
Throw it. Nah, it is not. It is not necessary. I know the roads better than anybody around here. I know where to avoid the packs, and I know where to find the right meal. You all rest. Gather your strength. I was not very used. I did not face as much battle in that as I would like. Therefore, I am unharmed. The rest of you have taken more hits than I have. You rest. Stay here. It gets chilly in the night. As she says that, you all noticeably actually realize that usually this time of night at home, it's pretty cold. Like it's pretty cold. We're close to that like 0 degrees C. You know, that like getting close to freezing below freezing temperatures.
Do
Celsius
they use
realm.
Celsius in the Forgotten Realms?
I have been using Celsius, so partly that's because of me. That is part of my my metric transition. But yeah, so it gets pretty chilly. It gets below the freezing point. It doesn't feel that way at all. It actually feels not warm or hot by any means, but you definitely feel comfortable for in the night. Yeah, at night it feels pretty comfortable for being night, like compared to what you're used to as of late. As you suddenly realize that it might be warmer up here, and therefore this is pretty cold for her.
I'm gonna start gathering firewood for fire.
Yes, I will see you all later. As if you all wish, you'll be able to take a short rest.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that clown guy?
I mean, he definitely gave us a lot of information while not giving us much information at all.
Yeah.
Makes my head hurt.
Oh, your migraine has gone away by this point.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't 5 sessions.
It was not.
You lied.
I heard 5 seconds.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I heard 5 seconds. So that's why I agreed with him. Sorry.
Is my con?
Yeah, everything's back to normal.
Okay.
Your migraine was for the walk.
Whatever the clown guy. Oh, not there. I'm gathering firewood.
You don't have to go far.
I'm saying this as I bring back the firewood. Whatever the clown guy wants, it's starting to get on my nerves. Who is this?
Really?
Who is this person that keeps telling us what to do, what not to do?
You must have some stake in our mission.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like he owes us, really, or rather, like he wouldn't be here if not for us. That's how he made it sound.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we have a larger part in keeping him around than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I might have the right mind to stop doing whatever we're doing.
What did he mean about be careful of the new?
He was like the new dagger
The new
compared to the
dagger.
old one, because the new dagger has a
Stab you in the
tendency
back.
to curl around and stab. I was thinking about it before. It made my head hurt a lot, but it was like, I guess he was saying we should be more careful of our newer allies because it's causing us to distrust our older ones.
That's a fair point. We were pretty cold to Carissa after, despite her
Well, then
helping us for all of our lives, basically.
It wasn't the best situation.
If
going
we're-
with what we
She
got.
was being difficult.
She was.
It's not all on us, right, guys?
It's just the way you said that.
I do wish he could just be more upfront with us.
we're her friends, and friends don't keep secrets. Ever. Not at
Exactly.
all. Never. No secrets.
Guys,
Kinder turns to the camera. Turns back.
guys,
What's up?
you know that I'm the son of the Emperor of Dern, right?
The what? No, you know what they're.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to reaffirm.
The Emperor
already
of the
forgot.
what's a?
I
The who's it?
The who's a what's it's?
just want to make sure no secrets between any of us.
I have 0 secrets.
They've
Insight
learned-
check.
They've learned yours, Kinder, so it's tough to hide much of anything at this point.
I was gonna mention that, but first, insight check,
Sure, go for it. Why not?
please. I
I
request.
insight check the fire. to
What are
see
you
how
insight
well-
Come on,
checking
what are these
exactly?
rolls tonight?
I was like, what are you inciting exactly?
His claim that he has no secrets.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't believe that. He's got to have some secrets. Also, that's a 7. So what do I know?
Inherently, I could never tell you that you trust anything. However, he doesn't. It's you're not immediately hearing a lie from it,
Mhm.
but nothing says you can't doubt him still. Because I can't. No insight roll can remove your doubt.
You know what
I'm
I could
gonna
go
press
for?
X for now.
A sweet roll. We should go back into town sometime and get a sweet.
Anything else during your short rest before the hour is up?
Yeah, I look at the others and say, so what now? What do we do now?
What now, indeed?
I had a thought, and it's kind of unsettling. If the old dagger is Carissa, I think it's Carissa. Who is the new dagger?
I feel like it could only be Arok.
I don't think they used the word dagger per se. I think the word was weapon.
Potato,
bio.
potato.
A bio weapon.
Why is my mind on daggers?
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I
m-
can't
maybe
tell you
we
that
should-
one.
Maybe we should, specify the wording. If it's dagger, we're thinking.
You're right. That
roguish-
could be a vital clue.
Yeah, we're thinking about more roguish people. But if it's a
Mhm.
weapon, it could be anybody.
We don't
You
want to
know
be
what I-
predisposed to thieves and assassins. It could be other
Exactly.
people. You're
Right.
right.
Here's
Vic?
what I think.
Vic, respond right now if you feel offended by this. Cool.
Here's what I
He's in
think
the
we
tent.
maybe should do.
What?
I say when Carissa wakes up, we try to get her to be frank and maybe try to work with her a little bit more. Maybe we could apologize, I guess.
Yeah, that might be a good start. You know.
From the tent, then we'll say this is close to the end of your hour, so you'll still get your short rest if you need it.
I will take that.
I put my armor back on.
You did that already.
Did I?
You and Arok had to do it, so
Ah.
she can
we
only
had
cast
to do it.
off. She cannot don armor, so she has to take the time to put it on. But she
Oh
can
yeah, we
turn it
did.
off at
And
very-
guys helped Arak on.
Yeah.
exactly. Maybe that clouded his judgment if you think about it. He's like, ooh, I got to help this hot half-orc lady put her full plate on.
And her rippling green muscles.
She's actually a little more tan colored.
Ooh,
Very
goo.
pale, very palish tan. Even actually more bordering on the realm of yellow.
Oh.
As from the tent, you will hear just kind of. It almost feels like wisping past you. You almost kind of hear like echoes of the wind just go. No! As you hear the cry from the tent.
I get up and
Maybe we should go check that out,
Yeah, absolutely.
rushing over to the tent.
You first.
You will open the tent to see Maria sitting up in her bed. It's just a fur on the ground.
Those are comfortable. Sometimes that's all you need.
Oh, Arak seemed to unthinkingly put Carissa on her bed.
Is Maria awake now?
Yes, so
the
she
one that
is
screamed?
sitting up, kind of breathing very, very heavily.
I don't go to her side because I know better.
Sure.
I've been trained by years of being around her to keep my distance. Maria?
Who? Who?
Hey.
What are you for? What are you doing here? Ow!
How's my
Where
favorite
am I?
plant person?
Where am I now?
How much do you remember?
It's fuzzy. I remember. It was strange.
Would you say it's something's foggy in your mind?
Yes.
Cool.
I
turn back-
remember. I remember seeing a hooded man or creature. I couldn't tell. I saw no face.
Mhm. I turn around to guys and Kinder. I'm not good with this mind stuff. You guys want to take over?
No, you're good.
Well, I
you're
mean, let's not. Well, we'll just go slowly with it. Let's not overwhelm her with information.
That's true.
One question at a time.
How are you feeling?
Very weak. I wouldn't stand at the moment if I even tried to.
And you don't have to. Just relax. You're safe. You're with friend?
You are still part of the guild, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well then, yes. As long as you haven't quit in between then yes. I remember I always remember seeing they called me the fire touched. I don't know what it meant. All I know is I recall the robed figure. It's almost like he was draining parts of my essence.
like a Death Eater.
Was he using fire to accomplish that, or?
No, it just felt like I could see parts of my being go into his hands, and then I remember once I was able to vaguely see across the room an orc on the table. It's like they were doing the same thing, but they would die. And then it would be a crystal. That's the last. Oh. There was a half orc. Or some type of orc creature. It's hard to tell. But it was dressed like a Dalaran. Is that where I am now?
Surprise.
Well, you're in Par, technically. It's just owned by Dalara.
You're
If you-
technically you are.
As they, depending on how much you want to specify.
to some people, you're not. It's
You're
a highly
safe.
contested thing. Very political. Very boring to talk about.
Oh.
Landlines aside, you're safe.
Yeah.
You're not
I don't
in
remember.
danger anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't remember a name. What is Carissa doing there?
Sleeping. She has a lot to explain.
Yep. Sleeping.
On cue, effectively.
Wow, how
You'll hear
convenient.
it. What do I need to explain?
Oh, cool.
Everything.
Hey,
You're
Kinder, you might.
you're lucky at this
get
point
another
that I don't
seat
get you
spell back.
expelled from the guild.
Should I? Conflict.
Oh, you all are gonna. You're lucky that I like you enough. Oh.
Be
How
like to-
could you not like a bunch of rascals like us?
Okay. Now that we've got all our jives out of the way,
I've taught you well, at least.
oh, you taught Kinder well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you all are quite combatants. I will give you that. Yes. Have you all come to the conclusion that scrying orbs exist yet as well, by the way?
What?
What?
Yes. I was befuddled. I apologize myself. Why I attacked you. You're aware that there is such a thing as scrying orbs, right? They're all over the
Yes.
cave. They probably
No.
saw you enter
Yeah,
in the first place.
All about crying orbs. Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
Scrying, it allows them to peer through reality into other areas of the world.
into thermal
Oh.
surveillance, yeah.
Yes, hence why I couldn't just, since I was pretending to be their leader, I didn't know how long to be fair, at the time, I didn't know how long. All I saw was a figure.
Wait, Koo, you knew about those? That's
they're-
interesting.
They're all over the palace. Over at Durn.
Mm.
You learn to avoid them if you try to sneak out. I never could do it, which is why I don't do that kind of stuff. That's my Ethos' thing. He's more of the slimy one.
Anyway, what's happening right now? I'm a little hazy. Oh, okay.
We're
Oh, Maria.
back at our camp.
Maria.
Maria's
And
conscious.
Maria's
She'll kind of scurry up to her side, kind of bending, going onto her knees. Are you okay? Yeah. Mind is still really fuzzy. What are you doing here? Well, I was sent here for you. You were aware the guildmaster would not let you just disappear for nothing. At least you should know. Yes, I am aware. He's so overprotective. I feel it was warranted in this scenario.
Carissa.
Right. What were you going to ask first?
Do the words fire touch mean anything to you?
No.
Cool.
What? Oh, they ask you? They were. Kinder was curious to ask about your condition.
Yeah, this.
Why
is
does
all
he know
out
if I?
in the open now.
Did you?
I'm taking
Did
the
you
glove
see
off.
me that day? Did you see me that day? Did you see something unpleasant?
What day?
You know what day.
Go
What?
answer, Kinder.
You know what day. I may be hurt, but I will find a way to get the answer out of you, boy.
Kinder slowly takes the head off and hides his face.
The only time I never regretted the decision. is
Did
just
you
now.
see my condition? Ow.
Ma'am, I'm afraid you mean our condition. And I show her my arm.
Ah,
My armor.
yes. Unfortunately, yes. I can tell you what I have experienced from my end, but it happened when I was a younger girl. It for some reason seemed to stop once I joined the guild. But the parts that are here still remain. I wonder if one day my entire leg will inevitably, if it'll start growing again and my leg will be encumbered by the scales. Why, do you think this fire touch had something to do with it, Koo?
I have no clue.
They just kept calling me that. I don't know what it meant.
You know, I know some things. My knowledge is pretty rudimentary, though, which is why I asked Carissa here, and Carissa doesn't seem to know. So
I've been trying to help Maria try to discover more information about this, but there's just I can't seem to find anything in any library. At least not in Thunderbane, and I can't get my. I'm not allowed to research it inherently on duty, and I'm on duty very frequently.
There anything in the books I have that came from my home that might have something to do with fire touch? Maybe in
You're
some of the
aware that
dragon mythologies.
you're aware that there are more books on dragons in your homeland. So, whether or not you know about if something called fire touch does exist, you've never read before. But that doesn't mean that due to the fact of more dragon novelizations that exist, it does not mean that inherently you may not discover one there. It may exist there. You know there's plenty of dragon books there, probably more than anywhere else you've been.
Right.
But why are you wearing that armor, by the way? You know. Oh yes, I got distracted twice. I'm sorry.
we took off our armor.
This half orc. Oh, you did? I didn't recall that.
Remember?
I didn't
It's
recall
in my
that.
it's in my sack right now.
Correct.
With her weapon.
Never mind, I said that.
Yep.
But she'll still remember at this point anyway, because she meant to tell you in the first place. Right. I was going to tell you before you ask your question. The half orc you here. Where is she? Where is she at?
She went off to gather food, I believe.
Commander Arak, yeah.
Arak. I recall the name. It was a commander. Carissa Arak.
Carissa Arak?
Yes, that's
Your name's
yes. That exactly. It was actually an amazing coincidence. As I was doing my sleuthing to find an inn to where I believed they had taken Maria. I don't know. When you were having your powwow, did you notice that I was changing forms to the in front of your companion? I think a few of you did.
Yes, sure.
I know Victor did.
behind you.
Yes, also a warning sign that wasn't good. So she was aware. The person I impersonated in front of her. I showed her again the person the orc or a half orc that I was impersonating. I gave her a name. She gave me a different one. One of a chieftain. Or former chieftain, I should say. She told me her name was Old Duel.
Old Duel?
Yes, an exiled half-orc after the rest of the tribes had joined in with the Republic occupation here.
So
But
she
died she died a month ago.
So who is that then?
How did you find this Arak? Well, seemingly this is the Carissa Arak, the one that I was intending to impersonate.
Well, she kind of slammed the door on Kinder's face.
But how did you know? Why did you go seek her? Who told you to go seek her?
Marshall, who told us this?
We were instructed to.
A soldier
earlier on.
bartender at inside of town.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was it. Yes.
We were told to go to her.
By who? He was a soldier of the military, just acting as a bartender.
He was a soldier in the military.
It's hard to remember that far back. To be
Yeah,
fair, I get
that
you.
was-
Wait a minute.
It's a trap. She's led you into a trap.
We need to move.
No. It
Oh.
would be too much. It would be too much to bring an army here now.
Time out.
Yeah.
So I just want to double check on some notes that I took to make sure they're accurate.
Mhm.
Wasn't the bartender's contact for Jet
What?
that we were supposed to meet? Wasn't the bartender a contact from Jet that we were supposed to meet?
No. That was you were told by the officer, go to the tavern if you want to find some work.
Yes, I remember that.
And he told you a lot of things then after that.
Don't remember those things.
And I do remember we went into like the back storeroom for the bartender to tell us everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't go to a storeroom. You just went because it wasn't like a real bar, right? Because this is a military camp. So the bar was a bar, and where it was just a corner with some not even alcoholic beverages in the corner with a bunch of scrap. So it looked like a storage room. But it was not an actual like bar. It was really just a makeshift bar.
Okay, so
But he was no direct contact of Jets. That contact was the one who brought you here on the ship. However, he was stuck with the shipment. Like he had to do his job.
all right, so Timmy Longshot lied to us. Damn it.
I
wrote down his
believe.
name.
I think they are working together.
Right.
I believe they must have known you were here.
So
They recognized
end?
one of you.
all right, so to what end? What? Why? She went in there with us.
She wishes to lull you into some type of. She can't just arrest you. None of you have done effectively anything wrong. But trespassing and kidnapping of a government prisoner will get you arrested real quick. So she can't send an army now. They have to see you with me or her.
Oh. So you should shapeshift into someone else.
No, better. I know of a secret alleyway. It'll get us
Don't
towards
cross
the
the
dock
word.
area.
In the forest?
It's
In the military
no, it's
camp?
close to town. It is close to it is close to the encampment town.
The alley goes all the way.
We
from the
will have to
fort.
travel through the forest. So if
Should
we're
we do that
unlucky, we
now?
may have to deal with hopefully we will not find a pack of animals. No, it's too dangerous to go at night. But they will not come to camp. If I have to guess, she will come back tonight alone. But she likely has told them
Then we
to
kill
prepare
her.
for. She likely has told them to
That's
prepare for the
probably not
morning.
necessary.
But actually, it may be.
What?
Actually.
If you let her go, she's going to return tonight. We have to subdue her, but if you let her go,
What if I just cast friends on her and make her pal?
there's a lot going on here. And sure, while she may have information, it's not information we can bring back with us. None of us are I don't think any of us are in a position to carry a half-orc woman with us through a forest in which we may be attacked by a number of owlbear.
Here's an idea. We say we're going to the bathroom, and then I use Gift of Gab to make her forget where we said we were going, and then we teleport away, and then she'll have no idea that we even left.
So how do you plan to teleport?
What? I'm sorry. What exactly?
How do you
does
plan to
Gift of
teleport,
Gab
my
do?
guy?
Gift of Gab never fails.
What is it though? What What does it do exactly? What
She
does
just
King
forgets
Gift
what
of
you
Gab
said,
Crimson
and
do?
she just forgets what you said in the last 5 seconds.
I use Gift of Gab to make everyone forget that I just said this really stupid plan.
Unfortunately for you, you would have to
Okay,
use
guys,
it
what's
on
your plan?
individual
That's fine.
people, and as
Oh.
you would start. As you would get to the third person, the first person you started on would remember what you said, so it would become a never-ending chain.
Until you run out of spell slots, which will happen.
Well, is that a cantrip, or is that a is that a
first
level?
level.
No,
Okay, it's first level.
2 spells.
Oh, it's level 2.
Yeah, so I'm not doing it.
You
I-
used
that
that
was-
so liberally. I didn't think that was level 2. Oh my god.
I love guys' chaotic energy.
Oh yeah, no, he's truly what a chaotic character should aspire to be. It doesn't inhibit the party, but man, is it a wild card.
Yeah.
All right.
Peyton, if you're watching, I'm talking to you. Former member of the show, Peyton, I'm talking to you. But yeah.
Well, we're
I would-
gonna talk about this.
She
feel
is
like
likely
we
to
all-
return. I know you all have to
So,
deal with a lot, but
Murder.
there is.
This
You all
doesn't
took
feel
me.
right.
You all took me on 5-1. Granted, the reinforcements inevitably came. I think they heard the noise, but honestly, all
Okay.
the soldiers that are in there are very weak. I feel like you've noticed.
It wasn't 5-1. You had several people fooled.
But like
with
I
you.
said, they inevitably came. But I'll be honest. Before they showed up, there wasn't much else I could do.
I feel like there was like a 6-second delay before they showed up, but yeah.
There was,
You're right.
and it was almost enough. You all really. I'm glad you didn't immediately stab me in the chest. Thank you, by the way.
It's because
But
you taught
yes,
me-
that thing on your back still hurts like a mother.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you taught me to take in officers and captains. for questions.
However, this one is not one I feel like we can afford to take with us or leave.
Neat. Well, Kinder, looks like we found your new dagger.
Yeah, I guess there was more to that after all.
I don't know what you're talking about, but when she does
We
arrive,
also don't-
I would.
We also have no idea what.
Me and Maria, I'll stay in here in case she tries to enter through the tent. I can push her back out, but otherwise, I'm too weak to help the rest of you.
That's fair. It's fine. We'll put someone here to protect you.
doesn't benefit from a short rest.
It's fine. We'll put someone here to protect you.
You all,
I pulled Tix out from wherever Tix.
Who
harbors.
is that? I'm
The hammer
Tix, Kobold Extraordinaire. What can you do? I don't know. Perfect. You have an extraordinary companion.
He's a cherished member of this party.
By the way, where were you all hiding in that cave? I saw Victor sneak out of the hallway, but where are the rest of you?
We were really just around the corner.
I didn't see you in the stairs.
We were very good at hiding around the corner.
I used my scared tactic. I made everybody look like the wall.
How is that a scare tactic?
I was scared, therefore I had to use one of my tactics.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Tix.
Yes.
Yuri met Carissa. That's Maria.
She has scales like I do, but only in part of her leg. Thank you for reminding me.
So consider her family. You're protecting them for right now. It's a very big duty. Can't trust you with
Ow! Ow! I got it!
I'm gonna give Carissa the most I'm sorry look I can.
She acknowledges you.
Is that
I'll get answers later. Don't worry about it. As you will hear Ah, little ones. Unfortunately, my hunting was not successful. Have any of you any food for yourselves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have the fire lit. Good, good. This is all coming from outside the tent.
Okay.
Am I putting her to sleep? What do we do? Am I putting her? What's going on? Am I gonna put her to sleep? What are we doing?
Do you think you can reliably put her to sleep?
Murder.
I don't know about reliably, but I can certainly try. But I just did it on Carissa, and it was like a bad thing. So I don't know. Am I supposed to do it again? Is it a good thing this time?
Maria kind of
is.
looks up. Her like eyes almost kind of like in a wide stare. She's weaker. She had a connection. It's gone now. She passes out.
Great.
Okay.
More cryptid stuff. All right, let's off a half orc.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
She said she's weaker. Something must have happened. Despite the fact that we had our scuffle, you might see. You'll find. I guess maybe you'll see what she meant. Good luck. If need be, I will do what I can to help. So just let me know if you're struggling.
Kendra, you want to try the sleep spell one more time?
Let's go.
On our rock, right? That's
No, on
Okay.
me. I'm really tired.
the moment.
I hate
I
you.
need
Is
my
it the
sleeping
moment she
time
comes
tea.
into the camp, or are we waiting?
She's
I think
probably.
she's already in the camp.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think she's you. I would based on the judgment, you could suddenly, with your passive insight.
I know she's like coming. She's on her way.
No, with your passive insight, you
Yeah.
judge by the and slash perception. You can relatively judge she is within the campground.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I distract her. You cast a spell.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Damn it! Now I have to think of a distraction.
Who walks out?
Now I'll walk out since I'm the beefiest.
Ah, the little red one. Good. Tiefling, I think you are called, correct?
I'm
In
called
pleasant
your
company,
worst
yeah.
nightmare.
I remember. It's hard. I don't remember all names. It is hard to. I had not seen your kind before.
That's fine. The horns usually throw people off.
Well, I've seen horned folk, but usually more look like bull. Call themselves Minotaur.
I have no idea what that is. Can you describe it? Like, show me over there. Like, just here. I go next to her, and
I was gonna say currently, she's kind of pushing. It seems to only be like a couple rings of like rabbits, really, towards the fire. She,
Which
like,
direction is she
sets up her-
facing right now in relation to me?
Well, so she's kind of like kneeling in front of the fire, facing towards the tent.
Okay.
So yes. Who's the last to leave?
Me. Gaius.
Gaius, I understand your desire to. I understand we discussed the keeping officers alive, but she's a danger to you all. She is kept around. It is best you put an end to her.
You're right. I do enjoy ending things.
Okay. Darth Gaius leaves the
Darth
tent.
I have a lightsaber now. I am a blood wizard, though. So, you know.
You are.
That's true. Yeah.
Why you look so solemn? Is your friend okay?
We don't know yet. She hasn't woken up.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
Can't make it an advantage because guys is backing me up.
Sure.
Thank you, guys. When we lie to. Wait.
We lied to you. We go together.
Ooh. That is a tasteful deception, right?
Yes.
16.
Cool. You probably didn't need the help.
Nah.
The yes, good. Or not good, but you know what I mean. She's not dead. That's what I referred to.
Nah.
Yeah.
The other one, she awake as well, or still asleep?
Still
Nope.
asleep.
Still asleep.
We
Just
just
that,
in
I'm
case-
gonna start slowly walking, giving kind of a wide berth, but like walking and around and behind Arak.
Hey, you, please
Hey.
go. Sit down. Sit down.
Quietly was the idea, but
All right, make a stealth check.
yes.
Arak, do you know about the god Tritherion?
I do not. I know mainly of. Know mainly more of orcish lords.
17.
Wait. Okay. Well, okay. So you are able to get behind her.
Okay.
No, it is. I am unaware. It is. I know more of orcish lords, and a lot of us mainly just worship the concept of war, like myself. If we worship anything.
Well, you might like Tritherion then. He's you can say one of his domains involves war. My family is really big into him, just because for reasons. But one is he's known for individuality, liberty, and retribution.
Do you like any of those things?
She starts to squint at you. What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is that you should hear the nice word of Tritherion. I have pamphlets somewhere in my pack that I can show you. You should definitely check it out. After I found Tritherion, I just, the whole world opened up to me. I just felt like I could rest easy. I could just rest easy after finding his.
I raise up my
could
left
rest easy.
arm. He's like tapping on the microphone. Doo, doo, doo. Hello, sing
Is
on.
this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello?
I raise up my left arm and I cast sleep on her at 2nd level.
Or make your rolls.
All right, so I got to roll 78 here.
Hey.
So bear with me, y'all. That's not good. That's a little better. Good. Okay.
That sounds like a good one.
Okay. Oh no.
No.
And okay. Do some quick maths.
Quick bounce.
Here's helping.
Pump it up, pump it up.
Yeah.
Total of 38.
You wisp this like powdery purplish dust from behind her.
Marshall just got really quiet from it.
She looks.
Yeah, Marshall, you're getting really quiet for us.
I forgot to turn myself back up
Oh.
after doing that meme. I apologize. You You banish out this purplish dust. It powders over her, inhales into her lungs. Unfortunate. As Kinder.
You die.
No. But a 16 will hit you.
Yes.
Am I within?
By the
5
way,
feet of her?
everybody, if you're not, get on roll 20.
Yeah, I just saw.
And
Y'all.
I was
no,
that,
actually, you were there.
I was that away from her.
I'm a little low on spell slots. This is gonna be fun.
Unfortunate. All right.
I didn't put a thing here, but there's. I'm gonna make a little. Here, hold on. I'm gonna make a little.
It's fine. I got you. A little fire.
Yeah, little fire. There we go. Perfect. The colors match. As music. Where are you? Are you a good song?
Are you a good song?
It is a good song. Good. Everybody roll initiative.
All right.
God damn it.
Do I have advantage on that yet?
I don't know, do you?
That's one.
Double check for me.
Nope. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I mean, to be fair. Depending on how today goes.
All right. I rolled a 12.
Alright, here, let me move. Let me just quickly move ourselves over to getting roll 20 on the stream screen. Oh, man. Alright.
What was that damage I took previously?
I will get to that in a moment. First, I'm just getting everybody's initiative set. Okay, so I'm gonna start with her first, just so, wow, her score is. Oh, actually, no, that's right. She didn't get that. Oh, it's still 0 anyway. All right. Kinder, what'd you get?
That'd be a 5.
That is not what I meant to put. Yo, can I get a 56?
6 initiative.
Cool.
9.
Cool. All right. Also, Tix's icon just represents the tent.
That's right.
Which technically is a little bigger, but still. Gaius,
Yes.
what is your initiative?
I rolled a 12.
Nice. All right, that's still got to get turned down. The music is still way too loud. Okay, that's good. So, guys, it was 12?
Yep.
And then Victor's. Oh. I was on Gaius's character sheet. I did not need to do that. Oh, there we go. I needed to be on Victor's. Rolled a 16.
16.
All right. Well, so her surprise round will go first.
Oh, six.
What's that surprise? Because we were kind of
Nine,
expecting
nine,
it.
my way.
I mean, she struck first. She went for the strike. So, to be fair. And she goes first anyway, so. It inevitably becomes a wash. But her great axe will strike you. I rolled the wrong dice first. I rolled a d8 for that. That's not what a great axe uses. As you will take. I use this just. Okay.
Who will?
Kinder, because she's strung
Gotcha.
around to hit him.
Yeah.
As you will take. By the way, could you guys, if you didn't, can you can you update your healths to whatever they should be at, like post short rest and whatnot? On roll 20 for me.
Mine's still at 20. I got popped 23. There we go.
I went full.
apparently I turned numlock off.
Yeah, and you may need to update your max health. I don't know the last time I updated it.
There we go.
But otherwise, you are going to take a solid 12 damage. However, when she strikes you, she go, "What is this? Why have you forsaken me?"
Oh.
I'm gonna do Victor a favor and take a short rest for him quickly.
In the meantime,
Something he didn't get to do as a player, so I will grant him the ability to do.
do we have to wait till I'll turn to insight checker?
If you can do it now, if you want. Make a perception roll, I guess, first. She kind of muttered it to herself. Except for Kinder, you can just make the insight check because you're next to her.
All right, perception check. Perception is 15.
All right, you will hear it, so now you can insight. What was your insight there, Kinder?
It's a natural 20.
All right,
Hey,
awesome.
I
So
got
24
9. I have
total.
no idea.
Critical insight.
You recall her talking about worshiping the lords of war. And then she has stated that they have forsaken her. That might be relating to the loss of power Maria was speaking of before she passed out. As it is Victor's turn. And he will do the solid attempt at inquisiting.
No one expects the Kinder Inquisitor.
She will pass. Well, actually, wait, no, wait.
Just let it go.
His deception against her.
I'm proud of that one.
So what was her? And then it's her. What's her insight? I have to remember. That's what happens when I gotta use his character. Okay, so their deception check, and it's his insight, right?
Believe so.
Okay, yes. So he forces her to deceive. She's not good at deceiving. However, his insight isn't as good either. He didn't take insight as a skill, therefore he does not win this battle today. So, what does he have for equipment again? I want to look. What is? Does he have? Okay, he has. You know, he's just gonna take one of his daggers. Oh no! Wait.
You should have a short bow.
Yes, he does. But also,
Because I remember him using that a lot.
to be fair, it also doesn't matter because he doesn't have advantage, but he'll get sneak attack anyway because Kinder is next to her. Something I forget a lot about sneak attack because I very rarely play rogue, but I realized that during AL this week. So, all right, he will hit though, which is pretty sweet. With his short bow, so that'll be essentially 4d6 worth of damage. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. That's got 3 5s in it, baby. That'll be 18 damage. Oh, actually, it's a little more than that. Sorry. Forgot to add his modifier. So it is 23 damage. Math could be hard. As that hit very much seems to like encroach itself very close to her spine, as it kind of digs in right above this area of her plate. She doesn't seem to be wearing. She did not put her helmet on. Gaius,
Hello.
it's your turn.
My turn. Let's see.
Metal Gear.
Why have they left me?
Kinder, you said you don't have very many spell slots, right?
Yeah, not exactly a wealth of options.
Right. Can I? Where is Kinder? He's down there. How far away is he? It's 20 feet.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move,
Just like that.
and then I'm going to place
Just
my
like
hand.
When you move,
I'm gonna place my hand on your shoulder and look at you, and then cast Dragon's Breath.
Wait, you're looking at him?
That's the
I'm looking
thing
at
that I do.
Are you
Just
casting
looking
Dragon's
right-
Breath on him?
Well, no, I'm giving you. You touch someone and then
Oh,
give them the
yes,
ability.
that's right. That's right. I always
Yeah.
forget that part of the
Dragon's
spell.
Breath lets you
I just look right at him in the eyes and kill him.
I honestly, for real, for a moment, I thought that's where you were going. I
I
got real concerned for a minute.
All right. I'm gonna do that. Kinder seems like an electricity
Oh.
kind of guy because of his spunky personality.
Oh.
I just
You're
realized.
positively electrifying.
I just realized. I didn't notice until right now, but Dylan and Franny are swapped in webcams.
Oh no.
I'm
Hey, there they
Kinder.
go. No, you're not. Not anymore.
Oh.
your
Quick,
time
do the
was
Kinder voice.
your time was short.
I'm
I knew that was where you were going. I knew it.
Um,
All right. Anything else?
I have scaly arms.
Anything else, guys?
Arm.
no, I'm not. That'll
I
be
believe
good.
it is a single arm.
Mhm. I have.
Cool. Then
Three
it is
friends.
your turn.
Oh, got it. I'm gonna move right here. Does that
Look at that.
mean I'm flanking with
You're
guys?
flanking.
Awesome. Bonus action. I'm raging, and that
Awesome.
astral elf-looking man with a funky hat appears nearby.
Weird edge boy.
Right. As my ancestral guardian comes out.
id Software.
I love that you chose him as your ancestral guardian.
id software.
It's pretty great. And I look at Arak and I say, like I said, retribution. Before I start cutting into her repeatedly with my
Oh, God.
double-bladed scimitar.
I didn't want it to come to this.
It's fine. Oh, jeez, that's cocked. All right, first attack will probably miss with a 10.
That will miss.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not
Ooh.
good.
Yeah.
Ouch.
How?
been better
Oh my
rules.
god.
On the plus side, now you have extra attack.
I rolled another natural 1 this time,
Oh my
but
god.
I also rolled a 16.
That will still miss.
Oh, wait. No, I rolled a base 16.
Oh, what's the total then?
The total is 23.
Oh yeah, okay, that will hit then.
Yeah, because I have plus 7.
Got it. Got it.
I know. I'm like, oof. All right.
I was
But I
about to
rolled
be like,
2
oof.
ones. Today's not my day in terms
The
of
universe wants you to get that one, but flanking is like, I got you on this one.
damage. I got you. That's 8 damage.
All right.
Slash if it matters.
Doesn't really know. Anything else?
That is everything I've got.
Oh, sorry, you used bonus action to rage. So yes.
Yep. And then now if she attacks anybody else other than me, she gets disadvantage on the attack.
She definitely looks bloodier after that hit though. Still.
Good.
Kinder, you've been bestowed with the power of the dragon's breath. Well, I would look at your
That is
position
admitted.
first before you do that. Just as a note about how cones work, in case you have forgotten.
Oh. Oh, I know.
This is my reminder that Dragon's Breath is a cone spell.
It's also my spell.
I'm just letting you know.
It's fine. I can take it.
I mean, you're raging. However, that also means the tent
Man.
and Victor are in the
It
path.
won't go that far, will it?
Well, maybe
It's
not the
got a
tent.
range to it.
Okay, maybe not the tent, but definitely Victor.
It's 15 feet.
So
it's
yeah, no,
fine,
not the
Victor.
tent, but definitely Victor.
Victor can take it.
So, but not the 10. I was incorrect on that one. Oh no, not even Victor.
All right.
I was absent. I was not counting the fireplace space for some reason.
So that's Arak right in front of me.
Yes.
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 Let's go ahead and do. I'm gonna cast Frostbite on her. I'm gonna say sorry we gave you the cold shoulder. I'm gonna cast Frostbite. She's gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Everybody. Oh, that's funny. That's goddamn. All right, that's 22.
Oh. Yeah, that'll succeed. Okay, so
You got something billowing inside of you?
yeah, but I've also got other people in the range of it.
It's a 5-foot
It's
step.
fine. You can take it.
Hey, what's a 5-foot
So
step?
let's do this. I'm gonna go.
To be fair,
One.
to be fair, it is actually just tactically.
gonna
it is
take my
technically just
movement.
coup.
I'm gonna go 5, 10,
Okay.
and then
Now it's a diagonal cube or cone, which is really weird when it's in the diagram of the player's
yeah,
handbook.
diagonal comes with goofy. But yeah, I'm going to use that dragon's breath. Wait, is that a action or bonus action?
I don't
No,
know.
that's a full action for me to use it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to use that at all.
But you've played some sick do-si-do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've moved over to here. Actually, no, you know what? Screw it. I am going to move another 5 feet to there.
Okay.
And
It'll be
then
at
I'm going
disadvantage,
to
but she'll take a
give...
swing at you as you leave the reach.
Right.
The minute she does, disadvantage.
I know, and that's what makes this even worse. She'll hit you.
And then I'll use a reaction to hit her.
Okay, you can do that. That will happen.
Sentinel, baby.
Sentinel, baby. But she'll still get that. Oh, she will knock you down, unfortunately.
Okay. How much? damage?
It's 13 damage.
13. Right. Hooray.
What?
Off to a good start.
What the hell, Richard?
It was unfortunate that you took the first hit. Also, it's really
Richard.
unfortunate that she rolled a 20 and a 16 on disadvantage.
Oh man.
Just so you know, Marshall, I rolled another natural 1 and a 5 on these dice.
My poor man.
I'll
Find some
switch
new
that.
dice.
It's the same die every single time, so I'm switching it out.
Yeah. Why do you do that? All right. Well, you'll miss her. She'll knock him down, which unfortunately negates the dragon's breath.
Yep.
Bat. All right, it's her turn now.
Shit.
Well, now she can turn to you. I may be without my powers. That does not mean I will not be able to try to take you back.
Oh, I'd love to see you try.
Oh, you were a
I-
pally boy.
All right, does a 23 hit you? Cool.
Yeah, you know, it will.
Well, the damage isn't amazing. So the total's a 7.
Reduced down to
So you
3.
take a 3. But she'll swing for you again.
All right.
She'll miss that time.
She hits me with that strike, and I look at her. Like you said, Tytherian. Individuality, you could have had it.
Yeah, your AC is a 15. Right, I put it in the red spot. Yep.
Yes.
She will miss. She will miss the second attack.
Neat.
Actually, she missed anyway, so I can inevitably retcon it. it finds herself too slow to be able to swing again. She almost like looks like she's tried to swing again, but this would be the point
Koo
in
just
time where you
starts run-
likely will hit her again, or she'll get hit by something, and that will distract her. She seems slower than she expects herself to be, though.
Koo starts running in place
So.
and says, "You're too slow."
Show me your moves.
Oh, my poor man, Victor. I'm not rolling this Inquisition check well for you. But
Inquisition.
To be fair, I don't know why I keep doing it. I don't have to. He'll miss anyway.
Yeah.
Guys,
Hello.
your turn.
My turn. Let's see what I can do.
What can I do here? What can I do here?
Can I-
Your main man, Kinder, has fallen down.
Huh.
He is unfortunately with the horrible subject of really good rolls. I roll a 2 when I do the damage dice. For Koo, I get to Kinder's damage dice. It's an 11 and a 10. All right.
It seems fair to me.
I turn to her and I say, I was thinking of going easy on you because of all the precious moments we shared together. But after what you did to my
Kinder.
friend, I cast Mind Spike at the
Ooh.
3rd level.
Oh. What does she have to make?
Wisdom.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Ooh,
That's
she
a total
takes-
of 5.
She takes 4d8.
Let's go.
Just gonna type that into the thing instead of rolling.
Go for it.
D8. That's 17 damage.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, her mind like encroaches. She shrieks in pain. However, she still stands. Koo, it is your turn.
Neat.
Relatable minnows. Beer beat.
I'm about to wreck this woman's whole career. First slash. Thank you, different dice. That's a 23 to hit.
How do you want to do this?
Ah!
Oh. Well then.
After the mind spike, 1 HP.
Oh shoot. I am twirling the blade over my head, enraged. And I look at her and I say, "To be honest, I was rooting for you and guys. Unfortunately, I have nothing witty to say," and I cut her head
You must die.
off.
As you will cleanly swipe away. A stillness falls on the field as you can hear nothing but the mountain wind and the crackle of the fire, as you will hear the crumpling of her plate as the rest of her body falls slowly to the ground.
I immediately go over to Kinder, and as I'm going over there, I'm popping open a potion of healing. I'm lightly, somewhat forcefully shoving it down his throat.
All right. Roll the
We've learned our
2d4
lesson
plus
from
2.
Kinder, you want to roll it? Do you want me to roll it?
Hey, on the plus side. Well,
7, my dude.
look at this. On the plus side, she had no access to any of her smites. Guess what happens when you betray your way as a paladin?
You fall.
What was that total?
7.
7.
Yep. I start feeding it to him. I look at you, Kinder, and I say, "Hey,
Roll
buddy,
me.
you all right?"
Hey, if you want, roll me a religion check, since you have some innate knowledge about paladins.
Religion?
Yeah.
That's a 10. I was shouting all this thing to Titherian. That's about the only time I ever talked positively about Titherian.
Yes, but due to your family's associations and your father being your father, you do know some things about like the like clerical followers, and even with that, actually, you will know of the fact that um, before a paladin entirely becomes a true fallen paladin, they begin by just when they betray a following that they temporarily they just kind of first lose power, and then when they become a true fallen paladin, that's when they start gaining more things. But you don't know what necessarily goes in with that. You just know that exists. But you begin to insinuate that the power she may have lost may have, based on her discussions about worshipping war, maybe her deceit had something to do with it.
I hear you. I am slapping Kinder in the face lightly.
This is the
Ow,
yeah.
ow,
You will
ow,
wake up.
ow, ow.
You will
Wait,
awaken.
stop, please.
I do it a few more times just to make sure.
Ow. What? Why does my mouth taste like cough syrup? What's going on?
You took a couple of hits like a man, and now you're on the ground, unconscious.
Like a super
you were.
cool man.
What do you mean
Exactly.
a couple hit? Ow, yep, feeling it now. Okay, ow, yep.
I think you got this. I give him one more tight little slap in the face.
Please stop hitting me. Doesn't help at all. Not
I
the
just-
slightest.
Guys,
As the tent flap will open and Tix will go out. The big one wishes to know if you have slain the other big one.
That's a good question. What happened?
tell her. I look over at Tix. Tell the one in the tent that the big one out here lost her head.
What?
Carissa will walk out. Good. You
Now
don't
I'm
need her
going to
potentially trying to sneak away in the middle of the night. She suspects that we know about her.
I start taking the plate armor off of Auroch's body.
I don't know if that'll fit you.
And I'm not wearing it.
Valid.
You know how much plate armor costs?
Speaking of armor, where's mine? Well, to be fair, it's not mine. I also stole it, so I'll be frank with you.
It's in my sack.
You know what? You can keep it.
Cool. Kinder, you'll look great in plate armor.
I might look shinier, yes.
It even just like the glove seems oversized for you just looking at it.
It adds character.
I'm doing Victor's job and I'm checking her pockets as when I'm taking off the armor.
Oh, good. Okay. Make an or not an inception.
Make an inception.
You roll 20. Yeah, you roll 20.
Dream leveling.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. That will be a tasteful 5.
Yeah. All right.
I said I was gonna do Victor's job. Didn't say I was gonna do it well.
All right. Well, yes, you. That's not the song I want. I'm sorry.
You got really emotional here.
Wow.
Fine, I'll do this one. Yeah. So you don't find much on her outside of the obvious things. Her great axe, seemingly etched with Orcish rune. You can read Orcish. You know Orcish, right? That was in your language.
I do, yes.
Yeah. You see that these aren't like sentences. You're just words. They're like war, triumph, power. And then you will see the Uldul, seemingly the name that she truly had.
Well, her name was Odu.
Or at least that she took from, potentially.
Her name was
You'll-
possibly Odu.
Oh yes, that was the name of the orc who was exiled. She must clearly she was attempting to impersonate her for some reason.
Got it. So the name on the underwear doesn't match. Cool.
That part, I guess, is less concerning. No, I recall there's a lot to unpack about the world here. She they essentially are. It's almost it's strange. It's like they are almost trying to just eliminate all of the orcs in the area. They're like all the orcs are just thrown aside. It's it
What do
wasn't
they
fun
expect
being
the orcs
here
to do
for
after
the
that?
it wasn't fun being here for the last few weeks. I'll tell you that now. What was your question?
Where do they expect the orcs to go? I mean,
I don't un-
it is
I
pretty
don't
clear
un-
that
I
they're
don't
forcing
un-
them out, but
I don't believe they intend to tell them to go anywhere. The orcs who become weak just disappear. I thought I had heard. It, I didn't see it for myself, but based on what Maria said, it looks like they're sacrificing them for something. Unfortunately, Maria's memory is too hazy. I don't blame her. By the sounds of it, they're attempting to siphon something from her soul. Just as what? Probably related to this flame-touched thing.
is there anything we can do to stop them? Shouldn't we try?
You're correct, but this has to go to. This absolutely needs to go to the guildmaster. I will. Since we're going to have to go through town, through the underground passage. Inevitably, it looks like I will be accompanying you back to Delara as well. I am sure Victor, your father, will be very interested to see apparently what they may be using his crates for. For now, all of us should rest. We can take turns at a watch just in case. If we want to we'll be careful.
Rest is a good idea.
Hey, Carissa.
Hmm.
I go up to her, and as I'm going up to her, I have my pack in my hand, now heavy with the play armor, but I'm a strong boy. I can carry it all.
It's kind of like wrapped up on the outside.
Yeah, I packed today. I'm a pack rat.
Yeah.
But I pull out the sword she was using, and when I'm at 5 feet away from her, I look at the sword, and I look back up at her. I hold it out. You wouldn't be much of a watch if you don't have some way to defend us. Sorry about that earlier.
It is all right.
Is this sword like magical or anything?
It is. It
Cool, huh?
was once a cursed blade. I keep it now as a memento. I haven't told you much about how I joined the guild. Why I am indebted to the guildmaster, but inevitably it is he freed me from a path of destruction. This blade drove me for power and vengeance. It forced me to kill my original master in anger and hatred. The guildmaster found me fending off a bunch of wild bandits and broke the curse from me. I keep it as a memento, as a reminder of what I've done.
It's pretty real. It's pretty heavy.
I'll be the last person to get between someone and their mementos.
You all have earned the right for this information. I know, despite maybe your somewhat rash behavior, by the end of this, I do foresee many of you, each of you being allowed your freedoms. It's a big deal. I'll leave out the putting me to sleep and potentially getting you expelled information.
Hey.
But you're still gonna tell them that we knocked you out. Particularly, I knocked you out.
To be fair, that part was the initial one was sensical. Their eyes were on us. Unfortunately, it will inevitably may have ramifications for you still in the Republic,
Yeah, cool.
but it will not immediately damage the entirety of the guild, which is a good thing. You may just, for a little while, you may be kept inside of Finclave, which is fine. It may be better for you that way.
Gets me away from the family.
Alright. I'll be able to, if we inevitably make it back to your ship, they won't be able to take that out. They may be against you all, but if they destroy a Tory ship, it's too much politics. So as long as we can sneak back into the ship without them detecting us, which, granted, involves a lot less sneaking around than you'd think. It's just more about
Thankfully.
timing. It's more of our key.
Are you gonna take the sword or not?
Oh, she took it.
Oh.
Yeah, so, nevertheless, we'll have a exciting day tomorrow. I'll let us get our rest. If you don't mind, why not, Victor and Ku, why don't you two take the first watch here? You seem to be the most fit to go here. Afterwards, Gaius, since your rest isn't as long, you will be able to watch for the rest of the evening until the others are finished.
Can do.
All right.
Sounds good, boss.
You got it, Chief.
As the evening will actually pass almost without a noise, it is calm during each of your shifts. It gives you time to be able to kind of notice that despite the number of revelations and battle that took place here, the land itself almost kind of breathes a calmness. In a way, that calmness is unsettling. And the land almost encroaches that this calmness is abnormal. It sticks as an eerie feeling where you feel like you should be more concerned than you are. And yet, the calmness resumes during each of the times that any of you are awake during the evening. As inevitably the sun will rise, you all benefit from a long rest.
Can I say that during my watch, I was just whittling a wooden figure in the resemblance to Commander Arrock as we knew her.
Absolutely. Let me get to Victor here. I'll give himself a long resty. Definitely was not very worse for wear. That's why he also took that was part of that first watch. It's all right. Maria being able to walk for the moment. Tix kind of hops out of the tent, jumps onto your back, Ku. Where do we go?
Home, I guess. Ain't that right, guys? Look at Kinder,
Yeah.
guys.
I suppose so.
Cool. Where's that?
That way.
Yes. All right. Maria, are you sure you do not wish to? You do not wish for me to help you? No. I wish to at least walk there. When we have to run, then you may carry me.
Yep. You hear that, Kinder? You're carrying Maria. We have to run.
Even with my size, I don't know if the boy has the strength.
It's why we need him to carry you so he can build up that strength. To have his regiment.
Kinder. It's getting attacked by all sides. Let's see. As I'm going to turn this down just in case it's like not.
Yeah.
All right. As you trudge off, she leads you more towards the woods, citing that just in case they begin sending anybody when if they may or may not expect an eventual Auroch with the rest of us to show up at the gate. Leaving her dead there was essentially a lot for them to have that moment of question and panic, which again buys us more time. They will not know where to look. Had she been kept alive or left there, they would start hunting us down. Presuming she knows these woods as well as she claimed to. When we get near the gate, we will be leaving the forest near the side of the fence line. It is through there is a secret passageway. It is mainly used by the Orcan. I'll call it the Orcan. I'll call it what they are. They are slaves. It is used by them to try to communicate and potentially see if any of them can escape. As far as I know, nobody seems to know about it yet. Fortunately, being able to switch between looking like a normal orc and any of the other Dolarans comes in handy for finding information. Once we're in there, we shouldn't run into really any hostilities.
Random question. You could just turn into whoever.
As long as I've seen them. I met the original old duel before she passed. It was when I initially got here, and they initially let me leave the settlement. When I came here originally, I was normal me. Then I left. It was from then that I learned a lot from the Uldul. She initially told me of their effective enslavement of the orcs and their effective replacement of the others. That's why I know bad things are happening here. And a lot of things are about to go very wrong very quickly.
Yeah.
Somewhat fortunately for us, it is also not entirely our war to fight either. We are guild members. In the entire realm of things, we remain neutral. It is the downside, in a way, of the cross we bear. However, that does not mean that you may inevitably not find yourself caught up in one side or the other. We usually chop these down, though, as unforeseen circumstances.
Just another job, right?
It is part of our job.
So can you like turn into Gaius?
Yes, and she will just. Her clothes will actually even reflect Gaius.
Whoa.
I'm kind of
Well,
joshing you.
guys-
The clothes. I'm kind of joshing you. The clothes are magical.
Whoa.
Right.
I don't change the clothes. Well, my being doesn't change the clothes. These
See
just
here,
being magical
Gaius?
clothes change the clothes.
I kind of like indicate to Carissa, you are ugly, and I keep walking.
Wow.
He got you.
Cool.
What a burn.
Always a source of support, friendship.
I love you, man. Come on, let's get going.
Is you will inevitably, as you go through the forest. Let's see. Who? We'll say Gaius again. Make me the survival check.
Survival.
Ooh.
That's a 19.
Yeah, I was
Ooh.
saying, even better, you're getting help since you're getting help from Carissa. It was a +8 to her survival.
So
It's from my tough love.
You inevitably do at some point. You spot a roving pack of owlbear, except they.
Don't
What's
go over
interesting?
there.
Well, so what's that? They come close to you, but what
They
seems
do move
strange
in
is as
herds.
they look at you, they seem frightened, and for a moment, they almost seem like they would come for you, but there's a nature that Carissa will admit to them that you will all almost see the fear in their eyes, like they were running from something.
Oh no.
As the little, I guess, family, I guess you'll say, will scurry away with the clear parents and number of cubs. The little baby owl bears. As one, as they try to run away, will fall and tumble, like do a little roll, and then start running again.
My heart melts.
As you inevitably will find
Love the
yourselves
owlbears.
towards the edge of the forest, which kind of still you'll able to see kind of towards the side of the wall, distance about a few 100 feet away. You can see the guards posting out, as you see one guard actually coming from the path back, or at least a Dolaran soldier coming from the path back. I wonder if that was their scout. He seems to be in a hurry. He's kind of running back.
Do we kill him?
No. We ignore them. The hatch is just over here. We're closer to the hatch than we are to
Murder
them.
happy lately. Jesus.
You are, but to be fair, it helped us in the last. It helped us deal with the Auroch girl. All right. It should just be around here. She will kind of look around. She'll find a branch on the ground, and as she'll see, she will pull it up. Seemingly a very thin twig. Ends up pulling a wooden crate that is clearly covered. What looks like just it was covered in the grass. Here we go. Everybody down.
I face planted.
Just dive. No time like
I
the
trust
present.
her now.
I didn't say there was water in there. Wait, what? You all climb down?
Yeah, I'll crouch down with her.
The first thought that comes into your head as you come down here
Ow.
is, it stinks.
Oh.
It just smells horrible down here. You begin to believe that this was this possibly was created as some type of prototypical sewage system, as it smells like crap.
I look at the.
I may
is
have-
this your apartment?
I was just about to say, you guys can't say this is me.
We sleep in the same room at the guild, guys.
There's a joke, Kinder.
I get the joke, but please don't shout.
Sorry, the smell is detracting from my ability to comprehend jokes.
I think I'm losing brain cells the longer we stay down here.
Who am I?
What happened my 3rd birthday?
What year is it?
Why am I red?
As you, she will kind of quickly, you will actually see her turn into some type of orcish creature. If we were seeing, it's better I look like this.
Carissa,
Yes.
does your ability let you like shut off your nose?
No.
Okay, you're suffering with us.
It is purely an illusion, yes. But to be fair, I have actually, in a horrible way, I've kind of really actually gotten slightly used to it when I was trying to get information from the orcs down here. Spent a couple days down here. It's, like I said, unfortunate, but I have somewhat found a way to block out the smell.
You've suffered so much.
Not as much as these orcs have.
Yeah.
As she will as she will kind of start leading you guys forward. Ticks still on your back, Ku.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it smell like Master's rear side?
I think you answered your own question there, Tex.
But I had to clean Master's rear side a lot. He didn't tell me why.
Poor creature. As I'm just falling after Carissa.
As
Fumes
at some
make my
point,
eyes water.
as you kind of run through, you will as you kind of start to turn a corner. Gaius.
Hello.
Suddenly, as you guys are kind of going through a straightaway, as one rounds the corner, a slightly kind of smaller orcish creature kind of bumps into you. They actually kind of fall back, even upon hitting you, as they just kind of fall on the ground, look up to you, like with kind of a horrified stare.
I just do peekaboo.
Skirts back. It kind of slides back.
Shh.
I love Guys. Guys is the best.
As here, let me see. What's your passive perception, Ku?
13.
Was as also Kinder, and then inevitably also Maria. You will notice you're behind Gaius, so you'll see this. What was your passive again?
13.
Okay. Okay. Carissa will turn around though, so you'll just see Carissa turn around. Ku. Actually, oh. As the rest of you see the horrified orc that hit Gaius, I guess Maria, and then you, Kinder, you'll see the horrified orc then, like skittle backwards as he does the peekaboo.
Immediately throw up my hands in a defensive stance.
I'm
Well,
wondering
it's like this orc, which looks like a very small young orc, and even at that, like starts getting up and tries to run away. As then it actually runs into Carissa. She'll just kind of so you'll the rest of you won't hear it or understand it except for Ku, unless the rest of you speak orc. But she'll say in orc, "It's okay. They're with me.
Nope.
They are not allies of the Grossmen."
I'm looking, guys. What spell was that you just did on him? The whole.
I think he just.
Yeah, no, it's the spell of vanish from object permanence. Really advanced, high level with.
Did you learn that from a textbook?
Make a deception check there, my guy.
Picked up
He
over time?
succeeds. I believe anything he says.
I want to just see how much he sells it as a whole.
Oh, hold on. Let me find out what my.
There are other people around who are hearing him talk.
That's a 15.
Okay. If anybody would like to challenge it, that's your DC. Otherwise,
what's up?
Maria just gives you a very angry stare.
Yeah, just come on.
She's behind you, but you
16.
feel the cold stare. You are also aware, Kinder, that he is full of it.
Oh yeah.
I look over
That's
you, Kinder.
definitely-
Kinder, can I learn that spell?
Maybe when you're
no.
older.
It might not necessarily be from a textbook, but
Okay, 12. What are you doing? Again, Ku, you'll only be the one to hear. What are you doing here? Where do you have a parent? Why are you running around down here?
Oh, it's an orphan.
You'll hear the child. They found the main entrance. Some of us just we needed to we went. I was able to leave the room. They got Master O'Doul. Damn it. Alright. You know where the exit is, right? Alright. You know where the camp is. You've heard the rule. Good. Alright. Is it just kind of nod there? Go. Run. She will run away. Alright. Well, our time is limited here, but we will still be able to make our escape. Just try not to be loud. They only discovered the entrance. They may not know the way to get into the tunnel.
Cool.
All right, she will somewhat more hurriedly make her way out of through the tunnel. Inevitably, you will find yourselves at what seems to be what would look at, almost kind of just like a pure just wall of stone. As she will kind of take to a couple of the rocks that are hitched into the dirt of this tunnel and turn 3 of them, as the stone will then slide over to the right, revealing what looks like to be almost a storage house. The storage house is abandoned, but it's right next to the dock. Victor, look outside. Let me know where a guard with a blue emblem on his cape is. As you kind of all funnel into this this relatively seemingly unused storage shack. There's cobwebs everywhere. There's dust. No one seems to have been in here in quite some time. And it's kind of cool. Victor will sling himself to the window. Ooh, he got a good roll on that one. As he'll kind of let her know that the guard with a blue emblem on his cape seems to be standing at so essentially where you are, as you look, if you kind of get a peek out the window, because it's kind of a shutter, but it's a jagged shutter, so you can kind of peek out some of the side or the corner of it. You'll kind of see like you are kind of almost in line with like the ships. Like you're almost looking at the bottom end of ships. And as you look up, as he looks up, he denotes that the guard is up on a higher pier, where looking away from the water. So you're kind of above the water actually right now. All right, good. We can use the sub pier once that guard leaves. He has to leave. He has to relieve the other guards. That's our chance to leave unnoticed. What's the name of the ship you came in on? I inherently don't know if you really noticed or
All I know is that the head butler is named Travis Willingham, and
It was
Because I don't remember him telling you.
yeah.
no, we were not told.
Correct.
No. Yeah, no, we weren't told. At least I didn't write it down.
Victor, it's your family's ship. Do you have any recollection of what a type of code sign it would have? I don't know. Maybe it has like an emblem or something on it. Turns around. I'm really glad you pay attention to your father's work, that you rave about it so much. Okay, well,
We just gotta look for the Tory symbol.
if it has one on it, hopefully. We'll just hope we're really lucky. Because the moment
It's-
we leave the shack, we have to just run. It's too old. Even if we walk slowly, it will creak to no end, and they will know we're down here.
Right. I kind of whisper, shout over to Victor. Vic, do you see our contact?
Not from here. There's a bunch of boats in the way. They're very big, and I can see part of the bottom of them, so no.
A no would have sufficed, but all right.
I tried to be as sassy as Victor as I could.
No, you did well.
Dude, did.
All right. Well, once he moves, we just have to burst out. All right. Maria, you ready? She'll kind of go up next to Carissa. Oh, yeah. I'll be ready. All right.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, when we get back to Delara, we don't necessarily have to hide there immediately. The place we were in, it was inherently secretive. Therefore, I don't know how connected this part of the army is to the main sect of Delara. I did not get any information on. So there's very good chance that information hasn't gotten that far, though that is a guess. We will have to find out eventually. Otherwise, it'll be another stowaway to maybe get to your father's place, Victor. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Ready as we'll ever be.
I was born ready.
As
Let's say what Kinder said, so yeah, say.
as Victor calls out the guard's movement away from the stance, we will finish this in the next session. If you have a Crescent Man.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Lessons learned. Secrets revealed. But there is more to be revealed in the next episode. So come back, will you?
We gotta put Kinder in plate mail.
I just,
And damn if we won't.
I just don't know if that's really gonna work out. It seems like a recipe for disaster, but we'll see.
So yes, as a reminder, the next 2 weeks we will not have Embers by Daybreak due to holidays.
It's Grimbus.
There may or may not be a stream on Tuesday that is tended at the time. This coming Tuesday. New Year's Eve, there will be no stream.
We have families, I guess.
It's actually mainly because I have to work New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Event videography.
Yeah.
All right. But otherwise, our show will still go on. Thus, we shall see you all next time.
Goodbye.
So long.